Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Gift Animals Polybag set here. This is set number 30666. It has 75 pieces, and I want to say I paid $5 for this. I don't know. I know this was a gift with purchase in combination with Aurora's Forest Playground. That is Aurora from, I believe, Sleeping Beauty or something like that. So a Disney princess kind of polybag set or a small thing, and they kind of bundled them together for a gift with purchase. I seem to remember that, I feel that I paid for this and I paid $5 for it. I've looked at some other polybag Creator 3-in-1s in the past or other Lego Creator polybags. I don't know if I ever covered it on the video, but there was like a panda polybag that you could build into a whale or like an orca, a panda, or a penguin here. I don't think I covered that on the channel, maybe not, but I was interested in this one, and I'm not going to do like 3 separate videos for this. I think I'm going to put together the main model, give some quick thoughts about it, take it apart, put together the second model, take it apart, put together the third model, and just kind of cover all of these all in one. It looks like we have a dog here, I believe this is a bear, and I want to say this is a squirrel or something like that. So we'll get into it, and in this video I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review the models for this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Creator 3-in-1 Polybag Gift Animals, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. And I'm going to look at all 3 models in this video. So now on to my review for the first model in this set. Okay, so that is the main build for this Lego Creator 3-in-1 Gift Animals set. This is the cute dog, or the dog here. Now there is a Creator 3-in-1 that is called like the Adorable Dogs set, and all 3 of the models are different variations of brick built dogs, and I don't know if these are around the same scale. It seems like they might be, but also maybe not. Now that's a set that I haven't looked at on the channel yet. I've heard mixed things about it. I haven't either found a deal for it that I was really interested in, or some other thing. But if it's like this, then I might consider doing that. So we will get into this. There are no minifigures in this polybag. You start out by stacking a couple plates together using these inverted slopes. You build all of the body, which does use some 1x2 Technic bricks with the 2 Technic pinholes. That allows us to put kind of these side tiles on, as well as the pins for all the legs. The legs are movable there. They're pretty simple. The legs, like the back one here, the left rear leg and the front high leg are the same, and then same for the other ones here diagonally across. The feet are only 2 pieces. They looked a little bit weird because they're so wide, and big paws for this this dog, but we clip those on. We can kind of move those around, and you can get this maybe into some other positions. I'm not sure if you can get this kind of sitting down decently enough. Yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. Could be worse. So you get some good articulation there. The tail is only 2 pieces, just a little bit of different colors with some brown. For the most part, everything is tan here. And then we have the head, which is attached with the mixel joint there, the small little ball joint. So we can turn the head around, we can lean it up, we can lean it down. The head is a pretty economical build. Very small. We do have the printed eye pieces here, big floppy ears using these kind of rock face elements or like fur elements, these kind of slopes that almost look like 3 fingers or claws or something there. Those are pretty good. Little nose, and that's kind of everything that's in here. I think overall, this is pretty stable here. on its own, and you could probably get it onto its hind legs entirely and be sort of stable there, which is nice to be able to get that to balance. Like I showed, you can kind of get it into a sitting position, which is all right. Overall, pretty good range of motion. You know, the head does kind of get in the way of the front legs there a little bit, but not too bad. Can kind of get it in a walking motion as well, or maybe a running motion, which is pretty good. And I think that's kind of everything here. I don't know, you can let me know in the comments if this is a kind of a similar scale to the Adorable Dogs 3-in-1, but I think this is fine for the main model. I don't know if it's as interesting to me as like the panda and the penguin and orca. Here's the panda for that one. It's very dusty. I liked it, although they are pretty similar. I think like some of the piece usages is probably around the same, but I think the panda to me is just a bit cuter personally, and that's just my thing, not anything wrong with this poly bag. In terms of, you know, the value in this model, it's so 75 pieces in 2024 or 2023, whenever this came out, for a poly bag is not terrible. There's no stickers, but there's also no minifigure, and I don't know if I would rather have this or rather have like one of the Star Wars polybags with no minifigure or anything, or if I would rather have a Marvel one with a minifigure. You know, if you put all of these different polybags next to each other, it's kind of hard to say what I would prefer. But this is okay. It comes together very quick. I think it could be played with. If it is the same scale as the Adorable Dogs and not like too similar to some of the ones in there, then this could be a nice addition to that, which I would welcome. And I think that's everything here. I'll show the extra pieces, which are just the light pieces that are extra for the main model. So Technic, and some tile, printed eye tile, printed black tile for the nose. And then there's 2 more builds in this one. You don't get the instructions for them in the polybag. The instructions for the other alternate models here can be found online. So now I'm going to take some time to disassemble this gift animal dog main build and then put together the cute bear build. I'm going to talk about that briefly, and then I'm going to take that apart and build the squirrel build here and talk about that briefly. So while I disassemble this and build the alternate build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down again to give my thoughts. So enjoy. Okay, while we look at the disassembly and the assembly of the next model, I just wanted to say if you have sets you want me to look at or other ideas for the channel, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I appreciate all the support, and once I'm finishing this up, now on to my thoughts on this, the first alternate model for this set. Okay, so that is the first alternate build for this LEGO Creator 3-in-1 polybag gift animals. This is the bear polybag. First thing to make note of, these are all the leftover pieces that were used in the dog model that are not used in the bear. So some of these kind of interesting rock claw fur type pieces, a good amount of these like slopes here, curved pieces, a couple of the 2x2 plates, a couple clip pieces, some tiles, a bracket, and that's kind of all of that. So it's already a small set, but it's created 3-in-1, so we have some leftover stuff here. And this is the bear. So you start off building the body. It's pretty similar to the dog body, but not as long. Other than that, it's somewhat similar. We just have the clip back there for the tail, the mixel joint for the head. The legs actually are the exact same, which I was a little bit disappointed by, but maybe there wasn't enough variety in the pieces to make it too much different. Just making do with what they had here for quadrupedal kind of animals. Maybe that makes sense. But the legs, like the build for the leg portions, are the exact same as with the dog. So I didn't have to take those apart, but I didn't know that going into it. Maybe I could have guessed just by looking at it. The feet are a little bit different. They're a little bit shorter there. And then the head is okay. It's kind of not the most organic looking, but all right. We have the eyes, you got the nose, and then we have some bear ears popping back there with using these tiles studded onto some brackets, the 1x1 bracket there. That's all good. Little small tail here. It is stable. It's pretty like short here. Can you get this into a sitting position? Maybe, or maybe a laying down position. There's still a good amount of articulation. The head can bend, the legs can all kind of flay out there, and I don't know what kind of bear this is supposed to be. It doesn't, or I don't really know of bears that are like this color specifically, kind of this tan. It seems like maybe it's a bear cub, which could be fine in that way. It's not too big of an issue. I guess the legs are not the exact same because they did use these tiles on the dog legs, and these are used in the bear model for the feet. So they're not identical. They're just very, very, very close. And that's all okay here. But yeah, I don't know what kind of bear. I didn't know what kind of dog it was. Could just be kind of a teddy bear, a toy bear, a bear cub, a brown bear, but that's like kind of blonde. It's sort of or tan or whatever. I'm not really sure. I don't think it's a polar bear. I don't think it's a black bear, panda bear, stuff like that. So this is the little bear build. It can still be pretty expressive. You can spin the eyes because they're on that like Technic pin with the stud there, like half Technic pin almost. And yeah, there's some articulation of the legs and everything. So fine, not a huge issue. I don't know if there were any big exclusions over here that would improve on this to make it any better. It seems about right for what we have, so I'm not too worried about that. This one might use the fewest pieces. I'm not sure, but I'll know shortly. And I'm excited for the next one because the last model for this is this squirrel, I believe, or like chipmunk type thing. I think a squirrel. So that one at least like isn't going to be on 4 legs, and it's going to be a little bit different there. So I'm excited to look at that, and that's what I'm going to look at next. So I'm going to take apart the bear model and put together the squirrel, mouse, rodent type thing. I think squirrel is fine. Build, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on that while I disassemble the bear and put together the squirrel. I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to give my quick and final thoughts on this Creator 3-in-1 poly bag. So while I do that, enjoy. Okay, the last disassembly and the last build for all the models in this set. Thanks again. Check out the membership and the Patreon if you haven't already. I appreciate it. And now on to my final thoughts for this polybag set. Okay, so here's the last alternate model for this LEGO Creator 3-in-1 polybag gift animals. This is the little squirrel here. This is cute. I think it looks best sort of from the profile or kind of from the front here. It is different from the other ones. First thing to make note of is all the leftover pieces. So maybe this one uses the fewest pieces. Good amount of stuff left over here. A lot of these inverted slope pieces here. A couple of the Technic pins. Some of the brown stuff there not used. So maybe this one has the fewest amount total, and that's okay. You start out by doing the feet, have some plates on top of that. We do use some brackets here, so we have some studs not on top stuff there. We use the Technic bricks with the half pin with the stud to add on these kind of arm sub-assemblies there. So it does feel there's not a ton of studs visible here, which is pretty darn good. Got the eyes on the side of the head, the nose in the middle, little clips for hands there. Do the ears here, which I actually like how those were done using the Technic. I think that's actually a pretty good use of the pieces in here. And then we have the tail at the back using these kind of claw fur-like pieces with the kind of mixel joint there. Not a ton of articulation in this one. You can kind of move the ears. You could spin the eyes around, even though they're studded down pretty good on these bracket pieces there, but you could move that. You can kind of move the tail around if tail feels appropriately bushy, which I like. And that's kind of everything for this one. Pretty simple, but good build. I don't know if I would say for this one or for the last one, like, oh, that's obviously a bear, or oh, that's obviously a squirrel, which can be a failure to me sometimes when I look at brick-built animals. But working at this scale, maybe that's not that big of a deal. Maybe people who are maybe other people are able to recognize what these are right away. It was just a little bit different for me. Again, I don't know if I see a ton of squirrels that are this light in color, but maybe that's a me thing, or it's a geographic thing, or just about where I live and have lived in the past. But this is really cute. Might be my favorite. The dog is probably the better one because it does use more pieces, does have some articulation, some posability, as well as more expressive than maybe this or the bear. But I still really, really like this, and that's kind of everything there. Already looked at the leftover pieces here. All of these pieces would be used in the dog model. I already kind of showed the extra pieces, which is just 2 Technic pins, a black tile for the nose, and the eye tile there. And this set is 75 pieces. It retails for $5, I believe, or it did, or it was a gift with purchase. This was bundled with the Aurora set, I think, which is a Disney princess set with a mini doll. That was Aurora's Forest something. I think that was also a poly bag. I think they lumped these together, and the price threshold was probably around $50. That seems fine. I mean, not terrible, not great. For $5, I did get 3 builds out of this, and it is similar to me to some other poly bags that, it doesn't have IP attached to it necessarily, but there's building to be done in here. I think these models could all be played with. They could be added to other brick-built animal type things. And I've been really impressed with some of the LEGO Creator 3-in-1 brick-built animals as of late, and I don't know exactly when this one came out, but I think it was 2024. So these are okay. It's just a smaller scale here than, say, the safari animals like the giraffes and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a poly bag. It's not terrible. I still think the panda one that can be rebuilt into the orca or the penguin is better to me. That one might be from 2 or 3 years ago or something. And I really, really like that one. It's a little more visually interesting because the black and white is stark, and I love black and white color scheme things. This tan might feel nice, natural, but it's a pretty common color. So are black and white, but this is just fine. I think the tan works best probably for the dog, and for the bear and the squirrel I maybe would have wanted a darker tan or a brown or something like that. Reddish brown maybe. As is, this is okay. And as in terms of the value, $5 for a poly bag feels good. I don't think it should go up. This one, 75 pieces for $5. Price per piece is okay. A lot of small pieces, not an insane amount because we would have more leftover pieces. We just have those 4, but they're still in like the 2 stud realm of pieces here. But overall, not too bad. I got to spend a half hour with this roughly building and talking about it all, and that's not terrible for the $5. And I think there are people who could really get a lot of fun out of this. It's just is what it is. Sometimes I like to be able to look at poly bags, and this is one I don't believe I'd looked at yet on the channel. So I enjoyed my time with it, and if I paid $5 for it, that is fine with me. And I think that's it. So if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more poly bags, more LEGO Creator 3-in-1s, as well as tons of other LEGO sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming LEGO videos. And if you want to support this channel in a different way by giving money to the channel, you could do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's in the video description. It's on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. So if you wanted to help support the channel financially, you can do that here on YouTube. It's not needed. It's not necessary, but it is a big help, and it'll all kind of go back into the channel. So I appreciate it. Maybe consider checking those things out if you are able to and want to and are compelled to. It means a lot to me. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.